Well, last night the response from the community was exceptional. We had 220 people here, much more than what we expected. We expected about 150. As been said, it was very passionate, very emotional. The feelings are very strong. There's a lot of anger, but there's also a lot of frustration in the village. We are aiming, hopefully, to get a very efficient, fast broadband connection in the village. We hope within a year. Whether that's possible, I don't know. We had a couple of options open to us last night, but since talking to John, we now have a few more options. We have canvassed most people in the village. Most people are very dissatisfied with their broadband connections. We have our MP coming shortly, Helen Goodman, who is now the Shadow Secretary of State for Culture, Media and Sport. So hopefully she'll be able to influence the people to influence, as it were. We are continuing our fight, our campaign. We're doing it we're doing it as we need, right, to keep it in the high profile at all times. Shortly we're canvassing the whole village again with their little flyers to tell them about the visit of Helen Goodman coming. We're also having a survey done. Each individual home will tell us what kind of a connection they've got, who they get it off, and what the satisfaction rate is. This will be presented at BT, a meeting we're going to have shortly with some of the BT executives, we hope, in the north east of England. Hopefully they're the people who may say yeah or nay. We are writing to David Cameron. We have a total of 4 petitions. We've already delivered one to Digital Durham. We're delivering one to Helen Goodman Friday the 11th. We're delivering one to the Culture Secretary, and then we have one spare. We were going to send it to David Cameron, but we said, people said, don't send him a petition, send him a letter. So we're actually consolidating everything onto a letter to David Cameron. He may not read it, but one of his minions may, and hopefully that may get some reaction there.
Tonight, the turnout for me was unbelievable. I on a regular basis go to various community meetings and where we encourage the people to come along, AAP packed, but last night it just dwarfed anything like that. The feeling in this village about getting superfast broadband surprised me. The thing that really surprised me was the fact that children were going to local schools, being sent homework assessments, and then coming back and not being able to get onto the broadband. And some of our local children are having to stay at school, and the school has some broadband, to work through their lunch breaks, stay at evenings, just to keep level with other children who live in Spennymoor in superfast broadband, or where they have a good broadband connection. And as a grandfather and a parent who's always been extremely interested in the education of my children, I couldn't believe this. At first I couldn't grasp it, that these people were missing out on something that a lot of us would just take for granted.
But what's been really encouraging with the Byers Green experience, if I can put it that way, is that we've got very passionate people, some key local people who are prepared to get involved, and that's going to make a huge difference to what we're trying to do. We had 220 people here last night out of a village of only 400 houses. 78% of those dwellings have signed up to this petition. That's real engagement and real support for what we're trying to do.